Okay, so it looks like we are live.
All right.
Hey, Flockers, Marta is gonna, my guest today is Marta, Sauret, Greca, and sorry, I just was like hearing myself twice. She owns a music company and she's one of our Flockers, and I'm so excited to have her on today, but she was just actually teaching me how to go live in my Facebook group while on Zoom, which I've been trying to figure out. So that's just one of the great things that Marta can help you with. But Marta, I'm so glad you're here today for Meet the Flockers. Live in my Facebook community with a lot of my referral partners, a lot of the people I do business with, just like you, and a lot of my clients are in here as well. And so I'm just really excited that you're here today. And Flockers, Marta has taught me so much that I was really, really excited to have her on today, just to share with you all what she does, who she is, and maybe how she can help you grow your business, or even just kind of like, if you have like an ambition that you're going for. Marta and her team are amazing. A lot of you guys have asked me about my recent photo session and the photos that I've been using on my social media. Those came from Marta and her team. So Marta, can you just share with us a little bit about your family? Because you have this amazing family, and I love hearing about them. So if you could just share with our group a little bit about you, who you are, and why you do what you do.
Sure. So I also love to share about my extended family. I'm very proud of the fact that my parents just definitely followed God, and whatever they were feeling in their hearts, God was saying to them. And we moved to the United States when I was 9 years old. My dad just up and rooted myself and my other 4 siblings, and my mom, just trustfully followed. And it was a challenge. There's a lot of challenging memories from that time, but I do love to look at that as an inspiration as an entrepreneur, and also for all of you who are like, should I do this big thing? I always like to look back at, well, my parents moved 5 children from Italy to America, got here, they were told, we actually don't have a job for you, and they figured it out. So,
oh my gosh,
I love to share that. And I also am a mom of 6 kids. The one that is currently brewing right now is due next week. And I love to homeschool my other 5 children. And I love to empower other women to understand that you can build a profitable business while staying committed to your inherent peace and being more focused and present for your family. Because a lot of times there is that myth that as you grow your business and as you become more successful, the more success that you have, the more you're sacrificing with your family. And it's actually can be quite the opposite.
Yeah, and I think so I've met quite a few business coaches and coaches like that. And one of the things that I love about you is that you're doing it. So it's one thing to learn from, some what's the like old saying, like if you can't do, you coach, and you're doing it, and then you're taking what you have learned through doing it and you're sharing it with other women, which, like, I know I've shared with you, I feel called, and I feel like we have a responsibility that once we figure something out, to share it with other people. And I think it's really cool that you figured it out and you're sharing it with other people and you're making a business out of it. So it's just what you're walking the walk and talking the talk. Like I just love you. And I love what you're doing, and I love watching what you do. So can you share a little bit about like how you did get into the business that you have now? And then I would also love for you to share with my flock what your business is and how they can reach out to you.
Sure. So my degree was in communications and marketing. However, I started to have kids when I was in my senior year of college. And when I was in my senior year of college, I also was running an ice cream shop. And I would put my firstborn and then my secondborn and my thirdborn I would strap them to my body and I'd make ice cream out of the gelato maker, and I'd scoop ice cream and I'd run the business. And I had a little, what was meant to be the office was actually the nursery. And I had so much fun with the media and the marketing and the public relations and the communications building of running that business. Obviously, having 4, I was like, all right, I don't think I can fit any more toddlers into this. So my husband actually encouraged me, and we decided, we sold our first home with tons of equity. I was able to pay off my student loans, and I decided, as I was pregnant with my 5th, that I was leaving. And as much as I was grateful for the opportunity, I was starting my own business, and I was going to focus on helping other small businesses. And then there was also a photography aspect to it that was heavily on family as well. And like I always recommend to my business owners who are in my coaching programs, I was doing all the things. I was providing photography, videography, web development, graphic design, but like for everybody, and I was doing it on top of the invoicing and on top of the marketing and on top of the networking. I was doing all of it because I felt like if I'm not doing it, it's not my business. But now in the past 10 years, it's been a huge growth of expanding from that to, I love to help small business owners. I have a media company with a wonderful team who will take care of the media, of the headshots, like Sam said, building the websites, social media. And I get to also have that one-on-one interaction and my group program with helping female entrepreneurs to thrive, because a lot of them are thinking that they have to sacrifice family for success, or that it's normal to feel burnt out, stressed, and overwhelmed. And yeah, life is chaotic as a parent with who owns a business. You can't control the chaos around you sometimes, but it's about having that internal peace and being able to stay grounded and have a system and organization in place to keep moving forward.
Yeah. And that's like, for me, I think probably the biggest thing I got out of, or I get out of working with you is, that feeling of overwhelming, like, gosh, I need help, or I can't do it all, or, okay, I want to grow, but if I grow anymore, how am I going to help all my customers? Because I want to grow. And so like, yeah, I mean, you've just helped me so much with that mindset, and I love it, because it's not only helping me right now, but it's helping me with my 5-year goal, my 10-year goal. Where do I want to be someday? And helping me see what the future really looks like, instead of just doing it one day, like, just got to get through today. And it feels like that sometimes, just because it's so hectic. And yeah, you've helped me immensely with making sure I'm making time for my family, which is the most important part of my life. Other than my
biggest, I always say it's the biggest opportunity God will ever give you, to be present for your family. It doesn't trump any title, doesn't trump any big promotion, doesn't trump any amount of money. Being there for your family is the biggest opportunity God will give you, is my philosophy of life. So if you use that as your compass, it will make your decision making and the steps you make in your business a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it's so great. I think so many times we get caught up doing the business or doing the career, and then we lose sight of the family, and that can be hard. So it's just so cool. Like, I love what you do. I love your Facebook posts and how, you portray that being present with your kids, being able to homeschool, growing a really big, amazingly successful business, and being able to stay peaceful through that. So tell us a little bit about what all do you do? Because you cover like a pretty vast,
So what's really interesting about that is that I actually have now grown my business to multi-6 figures, while also, I'm the primary provider for my family, even though we've built a multi-million-dollar land development company with my husband. I'm still the primary provider at this time. And I've done that with now just 2 packages, and I've now just created a 3rd. And so it sounds like I do a lot for entrepreneurs. I do, because both of the 2 packages that we've been focusing on the most in the past 3 years, and that's how we've like exponentially grown our business, are created and designed to have all the elements in place to help an entrepreneur succeed. So we have Visible VIP, that's with 4 established business leaders like Sam. I know that I've talked to you about it, and we literally just let you be your business owner, let you network, let you be there for your family, and my team takes over all of your organic online marketing. That includes your website, social media, email marketing, photography, and graphic design, all of it. So it's like, whatever you need, yeah, sure, go do you. The team will just do it for you. And then because I was able to build the business initially to 6 figures while being present and a full-time mom and the primary provider for my family, I did get inspired to start teaching what I coined as the signature minimalist method to other female entrepreneurs who want to know how can I go to 6 figures and multi-6 figures and still be present for my family, whether that's your extended family because you've got parents who need more medical attention, or whether it's your kids, or whether it's like your husband and you are constantly fighting over just the stress of life and you want to show up as your best self for those things. That's what the whole minimalist method is all about. And so I teach that in my program Made to Thrive, and which has now evolved into a group program. And so pun intended, we've now created Evolve, which is a step up from Made to Thrive for people who are seeking way more one-on-one time with my team and myself.
Got it. Yeah, just as somebody who's gone through one of Marta's programs, say the one-on-one time is just invaluable. That's
and of course, our clients will come to us, say, like Sam through the coaching program, she's like, oh, I saw so-and-so's photos, would you do mine? Then of course we do have amazing deals for, like, if a coaching client just wants to add on photography, or if they just want to add on a website. But most of the time I just promote the 2 packages.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's Marta showing her minimalist method that she's doing it. So again, you're doing what you're teaching, and clearly it's working. So, well, thank you so much for being on Meet the Flockers. 10 minutes goes by really fast.
Yeah.
Before we jump off, how does my flock get in touch with you if they're interested in learning about your programs?
You can actually do 2 things, even though I'm in my own role, because I usually say just share one thing. But I am going to invite you to ask to join my Facebook community, The Minimalist Method for Prosperous Female Entrepreneurs. Or you can follow me on Instagram too. You usually have the link in the bio for whatever it is that we've got going on. Yeah. And that is Marta Greca _ E360 TV, which is the network on which I am a talk show host.
Awesome. Yeah. And you have a book too.
I do?
Yeah. Share the name of your book and where they can find that out if they want to. And your podcast. Share that too. Marta's got stuff going on.
Again, I focus on promoting the 2 things, right? And the book is really a tool that I wrote because it is an investment level to sign on. And I get that. So I wrote the book to put the minimalist method, which is what I teach in my course, in literally a 90-minute read. Business owners, family, heads of families, you're busy. You've got a lot going on. So I wrote this really quick and simple an actionable book that literally will take you max 90 minutes to read, with exercises that allow you to implement what I'm teaching you as well. And it's called The Minimalist Method. And I'm also working on book 2 right now, but more will come for that in the future. And then I have the podcast. It is called Marta the Minimalist, and I do invite entrepreneurs and business leaders to come on the show and tell me about your zone of genius. Tell me how you did it. Tell me your experience, because it's another way that I love to offer a free resource for business leaders and entrepreneurs to declutter your mind, your business model, and your life. Because I'll be fully raw and real. Today is probably, if I'm thinking of all the things simultaneously going on, it's a lot. And I know that can be a lot for you. I'm closing on my house. My parents have been very sick. I'm expecting my 6th baby in less than a week, but when you get down to it and you stay committed to your internal peace, no matter what's going on, and you stay committed to following God's purpose for you and trusting in him and his plan, you just feel like you're flowing through life. And I want that for you. I want you to have that internal peace, to feel like you want to dance like no one's watching, no matter what's going on.
I love that. I love that so much. So thank you guys for listening today. Marta, thanks for joining me. I know you've got a ton of things going on. So taking even just 10 minutes out of your day to do this with me, well, which really was 20 because you showed me how to go live before we did it, is a time consuming thing. But I'm going to put all those links whenever I post this, probably throughout the day today, because I have to gather them. But I will say her podcast guest this week is a pretty cool chick. So I'll put that in there. And thanks again, Marta. Everybody have an amazing weekend. It's supposed to be cold again, but bundle up and enjoy what God gives us. And it'll be spring weather soon. I'm confident of that. But thanks again, Marta. And thanks everybody for watching.
All right.